Welcome everybody to the Clems and Claw Show. Uh, from the parts unknown. As everybody knows, the second and fourth Mondays of every month, starting at 9:30 Eastern Time, 8:30 on the Central Time Zone, 6:30 in the Pacific Time Zone. Quite a few things to talk about tonight. Quite a few things to talk about, but other than that, I have not much more to say in the opening. That's pretty much it for now.
Yeah, same here. I don't have much to say in the opening. A lot has transpired since the last time we've been on, so I'm
Mm.
looking forward to getting into it.
With that being said, quite a few things, a lot of things. The last time we talked about two fights. We're gonna talk about two more fights that happened
Mhm.
also, and there's even more news also. By the way,
Oh wow.
it's okay. I'll let it go for a minute.
Yeah. So what do you want to start with? I guess I want to start with Mexican catfights. I know that they had a production.
Yep,
I don't know if we covered it. I don't think so.
we talked about it a little bit. We didn't talk about it much,
Yeah.
and that was Santana versus Colombia Rose. For me
And,
personally, I've seen this fight. For me personally, I've seen it twice. Uh, I will say it was intense. Let's just say that these two ladies, what they were talking on Twitter, kind of came to light in the fight. These two do not like each other. Let's put it that straight. I'm saying that now. Uh, there's some rule changes after this fight. There's some rule changes that happen after this
really,
fight. I'll leave it at that. If
do
you're,
you think it's gonna make it better, or you think it's gonna make it worse?
I think it's going to make it better because it's going to force one of them to actually fight instead of doing
Okay.
a prolonged hair pulling. We're back to that subject again.
Well, oh Lord, the eternal
Yep,
damnation of hell killer.
we're back
You
to that.
know,
Yes, one lady was complaining. One of them was complaining about that for
the,
the longest time. So
to
in that
me,
match,
the solution for that is always simple. Come with your
go
hair
ahead.
braided. Come with your hair braided. Come with your hair braided against your head.
Correct. Yeah, but truth be told, it killed the whole momentum of the fight. I've seen it. It could kill the whole momentum of the fight. So that is a rule change that is going to happen in the next one, which leads me to the next thing.
Okay.
Other than that, decent fight. There was a little bit more ground action compared to the most of his fights. I would say that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there was a lot of stoppages in this fight too.
Mm.
I thought he did well. Uh, I'm not going to say who won. You have to go get that video. It's now on
Right.
his clips for sale now.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's not much to talk about that. Okay, let me talk about the main news out of that one. A rematch between those two is going to happen.
Right. And
It's
that's
going
what
to
we
happen
discussed.
Friday, September 17th, which
For
is
this one.
3 days from
This
now.
one.
This
Okay.
Friday. I am,
Oh.
I am right. Usually, I'm excited about this one, but I'm going to skip. I'm going to skip this one because I want to see what people are saying about this one before I buy this.
Mm.
Because I was disappointed in that first fight. I'm not even going to lie to you. I was very disappointed. I saw your point of view from it, from that. Not because it had nothing to do with the camera shot, because the guy did a great job. That was not the problem. It was that the fight was, stale to me. It was like,
Mhm.
how do I put this? It was
It, it,
okay. It was
it,
okay.
let's put it this way. It was spaghetti with a lot of cheese on it.
Exactly. There was no sauce or no meat, or you get the point.
There's none but cheese.
Exactly.
But it goes back to like things like I've always used the example of chopped. You know how they say you can use as much or as little of the
Yep.
ingredients as possible.
Yep.
Somebody just like it with cheese, and they'll just keep putting cheese on it, putting cheese on it. I had a friend of mine. You know how like when you go somewhere like Olive Garden and they're grating the cheese, and they'll say they're
Yep.
gonna keep grating till you say when.
Yep.
She's the one she'll never say it. She just
Exactly.
keep grating like the more cheese.
More
So some
cheese. More
people
cheese. More
like
cheese.
with hair pulling is like that, but at some point it has to be where it becomes counterproductive because it's like
Yep.
okay, you're bugging, and it's like all right, so basically you just for 20 minutes you just now you have some people they like that, there's some people that well then you should have just had okay, well we're just gonna have a hair pull and tug of war and then just call it that and then number.
Yeah, it wasn't completely hair pulling. There was some tactics in there, but it wasn't very much action. If you know what I mean, it was action, but there wasn't. It was like the rhythm of the fight was like broken up because one girl was prolonging the other one pulling his head down so much,
But
and the whole thing. But we'll see. At second, we'll see. They changed the rules up on this one. So instead of 4 3-minute rounds, it's going to be 4 4-minute rounds. The rules are the same. Yeah, they changed up the rounds.
um,
So I think they did it for the purpose of trying to find a winner out of this whole thing, out of these two. So we'll see what happens. They changed the rules up, so the hair pulling is pretty much gonna be 9 seconds or 10 seconds. Then they'll do a restart, whatever. We'll see how that works. I don't care either way. I'm like you. Counter hair pulling is good to a point, but too much of it is as you said, counterproductive, as you said.
kills the
So,
spirit.
so that one, so there's not much to speak on that one. So the rematch for that one is the 17th, like you said. That's a
Okay.
Friday in the same location, Mexico City, same location. Sorry, same locations. I don't know about the hotel venue, but the same. And that brings me to the next one, Tilly Town, the return of Tilly Town, as we all know. I have to talk about that one first
Hmm.
because
On
we
the
all know
road.
Tilly Town on the road, people. On the road, aka Model House, aka Houston, Texas location, people.
AKA right now, as we filming this, we're hoping that they're all safe with the storms and everything coming
Yes,
through.
yes, man. Weather is crazy, man. Or has been crazy. I hope they're safe too. I don't know if there's another hurricane on the way, but I don't know. We'll see. Not quite sure. But anyways, enough of that yak. Anyways, this was the return of Reagan back to Tillytown. Prior to this fight, she had a 3-1 record in Tillytown. She crushed Peyton the last time she fought. So I'm saying, we're doing this a synopsis to this for people who didn't see this.
3-1 at Tilly Town.
Yeah, she fought Tilly. She's fought Carrie. She fought Carmen Valentina and Peyton. So she's had quite a few matches
I
now.
don't remember the Carmen Valentina, and I thought the Kerry one. Yes, the Kerry one was for Tilly. Okay,
Carrie was for Tilly. That's what. Yeah, she was on our show 3 weeks ago, telling us about how that came about.
that's right. That's right. That's right. I missed the
So
Carmen Valentina match.
yeah, that was way early. That was like early in her career, like way early in Tilly Town. That's like way early. That's the time.
Mhm.
I forgot, but she did fight Carmen. It's on there somewhere. I looked. It's on there. But anyways, she fought a new girl. Well, not new. Her name was Laura Cross, as most people know. If y'all saw the Kim Chi fight, y'all know what we're talking about here. So
Mhm.
we all thought, most of us thought this was going to be like, I was going to say this was going to be a blowout, but we all thought that Reagan was going to have it. I'm not going to give the results, but y'all going to be surprised. That's all I'm going to say. You are going to be very surprised who won and how
I
she
think,
won.
yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
think there was external factors in it having to play,
Yep.
but
Yep.
I'm not going to take anything away from how it transpired. You just
Neither
got to
am
be
I.
ready on that day. You just got
Yep.
to be ready. You just got to be ready.
Yep.
The bell rings. You got
Like
to
you
be
said,
ready,
like you said,
regardless what's
external.
going
You
on
said it. External circumstances, and one person was just better than the other. That's just it.
on
On
that
that
day.
day. On
On
that
that day.
day.
So
So, anyways, if you haven't got that fight, contact Tilly McReese today because her fights will go to clips for sale in the next 2 to 3 weeks. After that, you're just gonna have to go buy it from there because we all know how Tilly does her stuff. She sells it for about 2 weeks, and after that, clips for sale. So that's how that goes for. And that brings me up to the last one, which is Reagan's new Cafe Purdue called Kitty Claus. Play on words, my guy Claus. But anyways, after so many
I'm
trials
waiting
and
on the chat.
yeah, she better give you that check.
Mhm.
After so many trials and tribulations for the past 2 weeks, I think, yeah, 2 weeks, we finally found an opponent for Janai, and it was Gilly. There's a lot of backstory behind it. The backstory goes like, if you've seen our show, you know what the backstory is. I'm not going to
No, we're not going to
remix it.
belabor that point.
I'm not going to belabor the point. Anyways, one girl had a huge weight advantage over the other. Let's put it that way. I went back and watched this film like twice now. This is how I found that out. Anyways, it didn't matter. As it turned out, one girl dominated the other throughout the whole match. Let's be serious, throughout the whole fight. I will say it went to overtime. Who won? Go get the video. That's it. That's it. Who won? Get the video. There is a winner. That's all I'm going to say.
There is a winner.
And when I say a winner, we're talking about a clear winner, a unanimous winner.
Yes.
Like you were saying, boxing, where you see one person dominate the other, and and the other one's hanging on, unanimous. So get that video. Go contact Reagan today for that one, and that pretty much covers everything that's happened in the last 2 weeks. Oh yeah, by the way, I have even more news. Uh, there's been a falling out between Reagan and Janai. I actually, it's
I
interesting. I'll
won't
text it to
even.
you.
Yeah.
I'll do it on the
I won't
sidebar.
even. Yeah,
Do
because
it
I
on the
won't even.
sidebar. This is not
Yeah,
appropriate right
not
now.
to speculate on that. Yeah. So
She told me a lot of things, but I'm gonna do it on the sidebar because I gave you something. But I was saying on the sidebar. I don't want to say in front of the people.
yeah, because it's a lot of speculation right now. So until
Okay.
uh,
Anyways, the upcoming cat fight I already mentioned of the awesome cat fights. The other one, Sweet Fights, is coming back with a new one, and this one is very very good. The return of Sarah Brooke finally after what months of not doing any cat fights. Everybody knows that she's been doing lingerie fighting championships for the last umpteen months.
stealing money.
Exactly. Mike, I cannot say what happened. You're gonna have to talk to you're gonna have to message Reggie about that. That's personal business, my guy.
I,
Cannot say.
I'm not going to. I'm not
I
touching
know,
that.
I know Mike's like, what happened? I can't say, man.
Okay,
You're
so
gonna have to tell her. You're gonna have to ask her about that.
the fact that you even brought it up, I'm like, why would you even bring it up? I wouldn't even. But anyway,
You know, because
but
she
yeah,
gave me
but back
permission to.
to right,
That's why.
but with
Sweet fights.
sweet fights, yeah. So like, I'm looking at the lingerie fight championships as that is the retirement circuit,
Yep.
for lack of better term,
Yep.
retirement circuit for the legends to where they have a good chance to go grab the bag and be exposed to an audience of people who never knew them.
Right.
I'm just gonna call it what it is. That's why I say it's still in money because you get to do kind of what you always done, get really paid for it, and not have to. Not saying that they don't do no work because they still have to go to the promos and all of that, and still you got to travel to these places, Sturgis, North Dakota,
Uh,
South Dakota, wherever it is, wherever Dakota is in, Dakota Falls, whatever Dakota. Um, but you still have to do some work. I mean, you still got to sell it, But you got at least the person you're across the ring from is another seasoned veteran, not
yep.
those come lately, and we
Yep.
don't know you from Adam.
Yep.
No, you know how y'all can put together a match and really make it work. You know,
Yep.
we've seen them do more competitive stuff ish, but it's like I'm glad that they got a chance to have a time in the sun to where they can really like be in public. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? And it's
Yep.
like if folks want to go down that rabbit hole with their stuff, they can. It's kind of like it's a nice gateway
Yep.
for maybe some folks that be on the casual fans, and then they'll start drifting and drifting and drifting, and then come out here to the deep where we're at. You know,
Okay, like I said before, as I said before, Sarah Brooke is coming back, and her opponent, dun dun dun, Laura Cross is her opponent. So, for people who don't know, two wrestlers with who are going to be doing more cat fighting, because as we all know, everybody who watches Sweet Fights knows that he's not a fan of body scissors or chokes or any of that stuff. His fights are strictly cat fights. Everybody who watches it. So, if you're a cat fight fan, which is you, Mike, which is you, Blake, because I talked to you on Twitter today. We had a conversation today between me and him. So people like Mike, people like Gitter, y'all people be aware that this is pretty much more or less going to be more cat fight than wrestling. I know it's going to be more wrestling, but there's some things Sweet Fights takes out of his. And if anybody's seen his fights,
question is, well, before we get my thoughts,
go ahead.
Mike did bring a good question. You guys want to see a rematch of Laura versus Reagan?
Yes, I actually do. I do. I don't know about you, but I do.
I actually right now do not.
Okay.
I don't. To me, I don't think it benefits either fighter right now
Hmm. Okay.
because sometimes having some passage of, and this is where it kind of goes back and forth with, like, say, was first story we talk about Mexican cat fights.
Uh-huh.
because of the way it went down and the vitriol, all the back channel stuff that happened on social media afterwards, warrant the rematch to be quicker than normal.
Mm.
I think in this case, I've always been the belief that most rematches there need to be some passage of time, or there need to be some other opponents in between,
Okay.
because sometimes going right back into the belly of the beast and you hadn't had any time for reflection, you hadn't had any chance to get that bad taste out of your mouth, you hadn't got a chance to, okay, let's try the adjustment, and you go right back into it. Sometimes it doesn't work. Um, I think I would like to see Reagan fight some other people first.
Hmm.
For Laura, I just think we would just see more of the same. Now, if it's something like what we talked about, like say a lyric six wife fight, we already know one is not going to be enough. So okay, next
Right.
one next month. Okay, whatever, part
Yep.
two. Some stuff you just know it just is. I don't think the Laura Reagan match falls on either camp, whether you just know it or that it was such an egregious or controversial win or loss to where
Hmm.
it demands an instant rematch.
Yeah.
So I would like to see. I think for Laura, she wouldn't gain anything. Reagan, it just would be she would just get maybe just avenge the loss. But I don't think Laura would gain anything by fighting. The other person given the rematch has to get something out of it too as well.
Yeah.
I don't think she would gain anything.
Yep.
Um,
But
uh,
but according to both of them, as we all know, at the end of the video, they asked the question. Tilly pretty much asked the question. They want a rematch. I guess both of these they still want a rematch. Granted, to your
yeah, but
point.
you know what? This is the thing. I don't think I've ever fought a fight where that wasn't on, because you got
Exactly.
to think about it, it's right after you done got the rush and the adrenaline on the mat,
True.
and if you won, the mind state is like, yeah, I just beat her for 20 minutes. I can beat her for 20 minutes, 20 more,
Right.
And then if you lost, you're like, yeah, I want to get a chance to adjust, and it just.
Yeah.
So I've never not seen where anybody on camera said, no, I don't want.
I agree
That'd be
with
the
you.
first.
I think
That'd
there's
be the
gonna be a
first time.
rematch. I think there's gonna be a rematch, but I don't think it's gonna be this year. It might be somewhere like in the spring,
Right.
maybe. I
I
see
need
a
some
few.
practice
I see a
time.
few more opponents between both of them first before that
Um,
happens.
I would say with Reagan, she well with well, I guess the at my next
Mike's
question,
next question
who
is
would I
who?
like to see Reagan fight next?
I don't even know.
Um, I know who I think she should fight, but I this now we're drifting over back into the side of the boat. The understanding I had understood from the Janai Payton fight that Reagan, that was supposed to be the framework that Reagan. Well, actually, correct me if I'm wrong. I think was it Reagan was supposed to fight, or was it Reagan Laura winner was supposed to fight the
I thought the winner of Janai versus Gilly was supposed to fight Reagan.
or fight Reagan?
That's what
Okay,
I thought. That's what I
which
would have thought.
right now we don't know if that situation if that's going to happen or not. I think for the sake of the game, it would be nice if it happened, but it may be something contractual where that may happen, or if it happens, it may not happen on the regular label.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
um, I mean, if it's enough, I'll put it this way: I don't think this. We're not a big enough industry where people will be ducking folk or whatever.
Correct.
I don't think so. But I think, in the words of Triple H, or Vince McMahon, if it's good for business,
If it's
I
good for
think it.
business.
If it's good for business, I think it happened.
Mm,
I would like to see her fight Janai. I think because
me
physically
too.
they're sizing now. Janai, I think right now Janai it would be just a dust fest because
I
Janai is
agree.
not skilled enough yet.
Yep.
But you give Janai about 3, 4 fights, and then she was. Now we might have something, but that has to build. That has to build. And
I
I think
agree.
if there's enough money on the table, maybe they'll do it. Now, for some stuff, money can't buy. So for some folks, if they feel like they've been disrespected, whatever, then that probably never happen. But it's one of them things we can always that's can always be a whatever. Reagan, I think with Reagan, pretty much anything is out there on the table.
Yep,
Who was the girl she was supposed to fight Patella, and that backed out like literally like the last minute? It was somebody her size.
I forgot her name too.
It was somebody.
Yeah, it definitely was someone. It was definitely
There
someone that's
was
supposed to fight her.
somebody that she was supposed to fight in Virginia,
Yep, and
and
she
they
backed out. Then
and she either got hurt or something, or she couldn't do it at the last minute. I can't remember who it was. I
I
could see
can't
her
either.
face.
Yep.
I can't remember. It wasn't Sahara. It wasn't.
No.
It was. But it was one of them ones
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of did a couple of fetish model video stuff
yeah. So,
with
Mike, to answer your
Tilly,
question,
but
yeah,
they
yeah, go
hadn't.
ahead. Yeah, Mike, to answer your question, it has to be someone. It has to be someone that's going to give a Reagan a challenge, like Dilly said in the video. Someone has to be. It has to be a girl that's going to challenge Reagan, right? Because other than that, she's just going to destroy whoever it is they put in front of her. It has to be someone
Right,
that's going to make her, you know.
right. Because I think Reagan is a nice barometer right now, where
Yep.
almost
Yep.
everybody that she'll face, she either would be superior than, or they may
Yep.
be more superior than her skill wise or whatever.
Exactly. So inexperienced people, we all feel like she should fight Janai, but like you said, Janai needs at least 2 or 3 more matches before we can get
Yeah,
to
she
that.
might need. She might
She
need. Yeah.
she might even need 3 or 4 more matches, actually, like you said,
So
just to get to that.
we'll see.
We'll
But
see.
going back to the Laura Sarah Brooke,
Several.
I think that would be an interesting handicap because
Yep.
the 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 the, the competitor and the technician in me would love for me to see them do an all out fight with no inhibitions
Uh huh.
because I think the technical mastery of Laura would be even for Sarah Brooke would be a handle, you know.
Facts. Facts.
But if you're going to restrict it to catfight rules, I actually think it'll be a balanced fight from the standpoint of they both have mastered the art of catfighting. I think enough
Yep.
to where okay, I can do this that. I'm going to give Sarah the edge just because she's done it a little bit longer.
I agree.
But I mean, it's not by much.
No,
I could legitly see it ended up in the draw.
I can also legitimately see a Laura win too. As crazy
Yeah,
as it sounds,
I
I
can
can
see
see
it
her
either.
win. I can see her
I,
win this too.
yeah, but I can legitly see it being a draw.
I can see it.
Legit.
Yeah, the most likely result might be a draw. Like you said, I can see a 1-1, maybe a 2-2, and no more than that. I can see no more than
Right,
that.
right. I don't think either person. And with street fights, this thing is what 15 minutes or 20 minutes. If it's 20 minutes, yeah, I can't see nobody scoring more than two, getting more than two submissions. I just don't see it.
I think his is 15,
But
but
if
he
it's
might change it.
15, it may be 1-1.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I think it's 15 minutes. And yes, I see. I'm with you. I can see no more than what 1-1. I can see no more than 1-1 or 1-0
yeah. So
with those two.
I think I I
Can't see no
know
more than
the
that.
Sarah Brooke Mala one,
That was
and
a
especially the
long fight.
rematch
The rematch was
was
long,
very heated.
very.
But I would argue this could be.
I think this one's gonna be better than that.
But I would argue that because you have two ladies who,
No, what
even
they're
by
doing.
handicap it, yes, but their level of mat mastery, the
Yep,
level of mat awareness, ring awareness,
yep,
um, being comfortable being both on top and on bottom,
yep.
um, it legitimately could be. The only thing that I can see where it can kind of go wrong, short of injury or sickness or whatever, is if they spend, let's say if it's 15 minutes, they spend the first 5 minutes trying to, or 3 minutes trying to fill each other out
Yep,
and not just go in.
I can see that
Like we've
too.
seen them because they both would have so much respect for the other person
Yep,
that they're
yep,
both trying to.
yep, yep.
It's like just go, man, just go.
I agree with you. I don't
Yeah,
have a problem with it. I can see this one being a tactical fight, just like the last one we saw.
oh yeah,
Very
it
tactical.
could be and to be and sweet fight. First of all, thank you for listening because I got to text saying that you like the show that we're running it. Um, but this could be the fight, sweet fights, where I think this could be the match because one of the things that I love that I think is genius is the
Go
little
ahead.
segments that he's been doing where he said,
I
"Hey,
love it.
don't
I
do
love
this
it.
in the match
Yep.
because you might get caught."
I
This
love
could
it.
be the fight where it's like for every aspiring
Catfighter.
cat fighter that wants to
Watch
know
this match.
how should it look, like this should be the how to what a cat fight should look like as far as tempo, style. I mean, I
Endurance,
think this
stamina, strength,
endurance,
all of it.
yes, yes,
All
all
of
of it.
it.
I think this would be the clinical to where he can go back and they just do different segments of this, and this is what he's looking for. Because you have two ladies who get it, who can
It.
do the showmanship, who can do the um, that can go aggressive and know how to work the match, and to make it
Correct.
what and make it believable, and just
I'm like you. I'm loving Sweet Fight tutorial. This is the perfect. This match here
this
will be the perfect
one,
one.
this one, I
This
gotta
will
give
be
him
one.
credit for this one.
Yeah. He pulled.
This one is
How he
good.
pulled this off
I
is
would
awesome.
not have thought of this offhand,
Neither
but
will
it
I.
was. Given that now, that being said, I remember you had put out, or at least you had texted me. I don't know if you posted. We hadn't done the top 8 in a while, so we've
Yeah.
had a lot of traffic, a lot of water under the
Yeah.
bridge since
Yeah.
then.
I posted it to you, but I'm still trying to make some decisions. I got you on it, but there's a lot of things have changed since the last time me and you
Mhm.
talked. Some
Yeah,
people we'll get to that in a minute. So I just want to remind the people.
I will put
Go ahead.
it this: if okay, yeah, because I think I think I pretty much agree with you on your list. The only thing would be the last slot.
Yeah, I agree. It's fluid right now. I'm
I know
still
you said you had Alexa Brooke, I think,
at
on your
first
last
for now.
for
That
now.
might change.
I personally would like to give it to Santana. Yes, someone could say, well, it's a competition, da da da. You only can fight who you got in front of you.
Yeah, that's true.
That being said, if she wins Friday, I
Yep,
think she's an automatic lock.
I agree with you.
Because
I
now you done
agree.
came in and changed up all the rules, and
Yeah,
she still gives the same performance. I think she's an automatic lock. She has to be in the top
I
8.
think I am going to give her. I think I am going to make her number 8 right now.
I think she would definitely. Now that being said,
On second thought, I'm going to make her number 8 for now. She's going to be solid. Probably 7. Forget
if
8.
she
She might be
wins, if
7.
she lose,
Yeah,
who do you have a 7?
Gia right now, but Gia hasn't had any
Oh,
matches. Period. I might put her above her. You know
yeah,
how I go. You know how I go.
yeah. I might take.
If you're fighting currently, you're going ahead. If you haven't done anything, which G has not
Uh,
done anything in a while,
yeah,
no fault of her own. But I'm just saying she hasn't been. Has she had a
right,
cat fight since what June?
right. And
Sorry, I
then
got
some people like
holidays.
Valor that we
Yep,
know Valor can roll out of bed tomorrow.
sure.
It's just a skill.
Yeah,
Just
but
literally, 'cause
yeah, let me finish this
Valor,
up.
we
So
had.
people, so basically, Sweet Fights. The thing with his stuff, he doesn't do any sponsorship. He told us already as such. So so that match you probably get on clips for sale, knowing him because he don't do no sponsorship. He told us reasons why I respect it. He told me I understand it. So
I don't know
that's
the
all I'm gonna
reasons,
say.
but we can sidebar that for
We can
another.
talk about that anyways. Now that he bring up the top 8, let's go ahead. You brought it up now, so let's see what we have right now. See, I have Reagan number 1 until until situations.
Number
People go
one,
watch that. I did.
yeah, Reagan one.
Yes, because
All right.
Sarah Brooke hasn't had any cat fights until now. Remember, she was in LFC. On my list, if you haven't fought for like a few months, I have to drop you. That's just how that goes. And
Mhm.
Reagan has fought recently, at least 3 or 4 fights.
Okay.
So take that to effect.
Okay.
I had her number 1. I have her number 2 now. You know why? I don't have to. I have her
Okay.
number 2 now. So my
That's a
list,
little high.
I know, but I have to put him on there because everybody else that we have on the list haven't done any matches in a while. So I have Sarah. I have Sarah Brooke 1. I have Reagan 2. I have Lyric 3. So
And
she's
where's
still
Sexy Wife go?
Sexy Wife is 5 because I got Laura Cross 4. Laura Cross has
Okay.
fought better people than Sexy Wife.
Ooh.
Kim Chi is good.
Touche. Touche.
Yeah,
Touche.
Kim Chi, I know
Touche.
she's recovering,
Touche.
but she's that. And then,
Touche.
yeah. And then she's fought Reagan. And now she's going to fight Sarah Brooke. There you go. The last two.
Ooh.
The last two are in the top 5.
And if she wins, she could legitly get the top spot.
Bingo. See, I respect people. I respect people that want to be
true.
the best. And
That's
if you
true.
win, and she wins, she deserves to be number 1. So Laura Cross is 4. Sexy Wife is
Come from
definitely 5.
after the dust. We didn't even know where you. We didn't even know who you was. And you just come in.
She was. We didn't even know who you was. Now you fighting people with name and a claim. You start reading these people. I can't say nothing. I can't step to you.
All we
Cannot
can
step
do,
to you.
tip the hat.
So yeah. So let's go. Let's start our list. So who do we got number 1? Sarah Brooke for now.
Yes, Sarah for now.
Who got number 2? I can be talked out of number 2. Who do we got at 2?
I'm going to put. I want to put Laura just so we can have 1 and 2.
All right, let's do that. Let's put Laura up there. She deserves it.
I'll put Laura at 2.
She deserves it. So put her
So
at
that
2.
way we'll have a unofficial championship on the line.
So basically
3,
October 28th, 1 and 2. So there you go.
1 and 2. I'm going to put 3. I'm going to put Lyric.
Yep, I agree.
Or I don't want to put Sexy Wife at 4.
Yeah, keep Sexy Wife at 4. I think Reagan's 5.
I'll keep it 4. I'll keep Reagan at 5.
Okay.
Ooh, 6.
Boy, here
Valor
comes
off the list. Valor comes off the list.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't fought in a while.
Yeah.
I would actually put.
You want to put Santana at 6? Because
God, no, too high. I would put actually Alexa Brooke. Yes, the last couple of fights wasn't the greatest, but she has. It was an ugly win, but she won.
It was an ugly win, but hey, she won. So she's 6. So she's 6.
Santana's definitely going in at 8. 7. I'm putting. I'm not gonna put Peyton. Definitely can't put Denia. She's too young.
You definitely.
I guess we can by process of elimination. I know Rampage is supposed to be making a comeback or some. I heard, or maybe I don't know.
She's supposed to be making a comeback. Until I see that, she's not on here.
Paris is definitely not on the list.
No.
I'm gonna say it would have to be Gia. Cause we're not gonna put Kyra. Well,
no. Yeah, just keep Gia at 7.
It's
hard. It's not an easy decision. I would rather put Valor on there, but
I know who I want to put at 7.
Who you going ahead? Who you going to?
I know who I want to put at 7. Although she doesn't deserve it yet because she hasn't met the criteria. But I know when she does the first one, she's on the list.
Who is it?
Miss Juliet. I think Miss Juliet.
Oh, easy. All day long. All day long.
Be 7. Right
actually,
now.
Miss Juliet, forget 7. She could be 6. Forget 7. She could be 6. It depends on who she's fighting.
Right. The problem is the beat. Is she too big for Lyric?
Lyric is 170. Lyric is 5'6", 170.
I would love to see that.
Me too.
I would love to see that because
we got to make this happen. I want to see
that. Would be one where I'd be like, Adam,
we have somebody for you
because she's coming. Yep. I'm just afraid. Like some of the stuff may be handicapped a little bit because I know there's certain things that she don't want. Certain aspects of the game she's not.
Yeah.
So it may not be. I would say this: it may not have the ferocity of her and the Sherry Stuns.
Okay.
But from a technical standpoint, I think it would be a lot more better of a technical. Like Lyric would actually have to grapple. With her. Somebody her side that can legit grapple.
Yep. Yep.
not just cat fight, can legit grapple.
Yep.
It just that might be kind of scary. That might be kind of scary. I think it was just a legit grappling match. I think.
I'm thinking it's
You know
Juliet.
what? I miss Juliet, but if we're
If this
gonna
was
go
a
just straight up cat
if
fight,
it's straight
oh,
straight
it's going
yeah.
down.
If we're
Oh
talking about
no.
straight up wrestling, Miss Juliet. Now when it comes to straight up cat fighting, lyric, come on, man.
Yeah, but if there's a way we can find the middle ground to get it to where
Then we'll
some
see.
to where
Yeah.
you can get the best of both the blend, it just
Okay, then we'll see. I
then
want
we'll
to see that one though. Right? If we can find a way to make that work, I would like to see that one.
on my list. I would want Miss, even though I know she hasn't did enough to warrant that, and I know Lady O, if she's somewhere down here, she'll be hollering about that. But you know, but I'm trying to think outside of Juliet,
Yeah, I'm not ready to put Juliet in there
Davina
yet.
is not
Oh,
in
Davina's not
there.
even close. Nope, nope, nope.
Who else?
Although Davina has won 2 matches, it's not like she's been impressive in both of them.
Right.
Her last one against Dulce was not that great. She dominated, but she shot one more than that. But that's just me.
We can't do baby, blonde baby, because she got this just decimated.
No.
Um,
I was gonna
and
put
then she
Sherry in
came
there,
back
but
and
no.
won. Then she came back and won that other match where she
Did she win or was it a draw?
I don't remember. I
I think it was a draw. I think it was a draw. No one got
Um,
nobody in that fight.
that's right. It was a draw. It was a draw.
The other one I'm thinking about is Sherry, but I can put Sherry on here because she's only had like one match against Lily. I need to see
Right.
more from
And
her before.
Carrie hadn't been in one. Vala's been inactive.
The other one I have is Kira, but Kira hasn't actually fought anybody. Fighting Gia's, I'm not trying to disrespect Gia. Gia's more like a friend thing for her. She hasn't really gotten, I need to see more out of her too.
Yeah.
So yeah, by default, I'm going to put Juliet in there by default because we are. I don't have any reason. I don't have any reason.
Everybody else has holes and like
A lot of holes.
A lot of
Everywhere.
holes. I'm trying to think of even somebody that's young and coming up that's promising.
I haven't seen any of them.
Oh God, and we may have to do Miss Juliet. That would be a shock.
Okay.
So let's put that and run with it and see how much of a shock value we get.
So let's recap the whole thing from the beginning for all the viewers because I got some questions. I'm gonna ask them some few questions myself since we got nothing going on tonight, anyways. So for recap, we got Sarah 1, Laura Cross 2, 4 was Sexy Wife, 5 was Reagan. Who was 6? I'm trying to remember now. Who was 6? Oh, Alexa Brooke was 6. Juliet is 7. Who was and Santana? I think is 8.
You know what? I think I know who I can make a case for 7, even though she lost.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kim Chi.
There you go. I can make a case for her
because Kim Chi fought well. And for somebody, you know what? Matter of fact, Juliet, I will put her down as honorable mention.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would do Kim Chi just because remember how far back she came from. When we first started the list, she was out.
She was nowhere.
When we first started doing this, October last year, she was out. She was out of the business. There was no shot of her ever coming back. And she fought well. So I
think she's worth with 7. Yeah,
I think she's worth
throw her in there.
Because
throw her on there.
Let's put it this way. If Mike, I don't know if Mike is still on here. To go back to who Reagan should fight next, Kim Chi. That's who she should fight next.
Yo, Mike, ask you a question. Reagan should fight Kim Chi.
That is,
although Kim Chi has
been wanting this match for a long time.
Even though Kim Chi's like heavier than her, that's interesting. How much of a weight advantage does Kim Chi have on Reagan? Because Reagan's like 120. I think Kim Chi was like 135.
Yeah, she's 135.
That's about 15 pounds. Ain't that much of a difference.
No, it's not that much. But I mean, Reagan and fought bigger girls. So, yes.
Like you said, Reagan and Kim Chi. Kim Chi's been wanting this fight for a while. Make it happen, people.
Wow.
Whoever's going to do it, make it happen.
For a while. I think
it's time.
It's time.
It's time.
I think they both were at the right spaces in their career.
Yep.
Where the ships that will find each other in the night kind of thing. I think to go back to Mike's question, and I'll put it up again. Who should she fight next? She should fight Kim Chi.
Kim Chi.
She should fight Kim Chi.
We're in agreement. She should fight Kimchi. There's your answer, Mike. She should fight Kimchi. There's your
Kimchi.
answer.
Whether it be for Tilly, whether it be for her outfit, whether it be for Kimchi's outfit, or it
Don't
could be a
matter.
close well match.
Hey,
It'd be a close one.
hey,
I
hey.
wouldn't mind being the middle guy for that. But I think that should be who she fights. So
Anything in your lane? Anything coming out of your central?
no so we had a work cancellation as to why. The amethyst the amethyst Don Des
Don
was supposed
Des.
to pull up yesterday. Don Des couldn't get out of work, so it ended up going by the wayside. So I'm looking at now. I don't know if I'm just gonna match up just because it's like so with Amethyst the trend continues.
Oh
Looking at
boy.
there's one other fight we kind of put out there. Um, I'm still waiting to hear back if
Oh boy.
I need promo stuff if we're gonna push it. Um, yeah, so right now Amethyst is kind of a free agent. She's out there. Uh, she's just out there. Yeah,
Jeez.
I don't know. But
This girl.
other than that, yeah, I know the Zippy Pippin continues. She's like the Zippy Pippin of our industry. You know,
Viewers, I have a question for you. When it comes to, I'm trying to think of something. I'm trying to think of a question for the viewers. I want to see. I want to see how they're going to answer this. Me and you, we already talked about this already time. I'm
uh-huh.
bringing it up again on certain things. Uh, I'm going to bring it up for the fans. I want to see what the fans are going to say. So, fans, you prefer a 20-minute time limit cat fight, or do you prefer rounds? This is to the fans only. I want to see what they're saying. I know what our answers were. Yours is I actually don't care if it's experienced people. 20 minutes. If it's rookies, rounds. That's it for me. Simple. Because if you put two rookies and to do 20 minutes, first of all, they've never done 20 minutes, and that's asking a lot. And like you said, they're gonna be tired around about 8 minutes of the fight. Forget 10.
I think a
So
better question while we're waiting for responses. I think a better question would be how many of these you think you have to get to build up the stamina to do 20 minutes first.
there you go. I think you need. Okay, okay. I know. I'm gonna go ahead and fire. I'm gonna go ahead and fire. You asked a very good question. I feel like if you have, I'm thinking about about three matches, three, three matches for me. You build it up like you said. I think three matches. After you have to have three matches where you build it up slowly, like 5 minutes. Then you said the other one's like six something. The other one's build it up slowly. My opinion.
I agree. Um,
Three fights at
Three
least.
was to me the minimum. I would think at least by the time you done hit five of these, you should be able to go 20. Like under
Yeah,
no circumstances, by the time you done five of these, there's no reason why you shouldn't have been able to do 20 minutes from
agree,
start to finish. At least
agree.
five years.
Right for me, the first fight should be like three 5 minute rounds. That's what I say. Let's just or three 3 minute rounds. We gotta start small and build up the stamina, or something like that.
I would do depending on the skill and the fitness level of the girls. If I
Yeah.
got a bunch of girls who are like cheerleaders and gymnasts and stuff like
Yep.
that,
Yep.
or they like say long distance runners or soccer players,
Yep.
stuff where they've done aerobic stuff, I would do like the 3 5 minute rounds. But if I
Correct.
got a bunch of girls who was like sprinters, basketball players, volleyball players, where everything they've done is anaerobic,
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
rather do I will flip it. I'd rather do 5 3 minute rounds
makes
because that's
sense.
what they're used to.
Uh
And
huh.
it depends on if the girl's background is more aerobic or anaerobic. If it's
True.
aerobic, give me 3 5 minute rounds. If it's anaerobic, give me 5 3 minute rounds.
Basically, if you've done athletics your life, it'll be five 3 minute rounds. It's kind of like boxing to a point.
Right,
Kind of.
but it's that's more ferocious intensity. Whereas if you're a marathoner, think about most of the people who do aerobic stuff, marathoners, swimmers, and stuff. Yeah, their body type versus somebody that does anaerobic was more muscular, like basketball exposure, track and field. explosive. You know, they're used to maximizing in a short period of time and then turning off from there. Yeah, is the TV on in the background where you at?
That's on my. That's on my. I have the Monday Night Football game on my phone. It's the Raiders and the
Oh,
Ravens.
because I'm like I kept hearing. I'm like I don't know, it ain't me. I ain't
Yeah,
got
it's
no
me.
TV.
It's not
Yeah,
you.
but who's winning?
I think Raiders are down
Okay, because I know this is
17,
supposed to be the
17
first.
10. 17 to
This
10.
this is supposed to be the first home game in that new arena.
It is. It's the
Well,
fourth
I mean,
quarter.
well, with the full stadium.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ravens 17, Raiders 10 with about 12:23 left. Fourth quarter. To answer your question,
Okay.
low scoring game. Anyways, okay. So let's see. I'm going to ask another question. This time, me and you really, and it's who do we want? So we already know that we want to see Reagan versus Kimchi. We want to see Sexy White versus Lyric. The other fights we wanted to see have sailed. The one we wanted was Sarah Brooke versus what's her name, Kerry. That ship has sailed. Any other matches you want to see? I'm talking about
Uh,
cat fights. Any other cat fights that you want to see
um,
now or next year?
I just want to see Amethyst fight somebody.
Yeah, me too. Seriously,
That
we need her
that's
to fight someone. This is getting
that's
ridiculous
all
now.
that
This
that's
is getting
pretty much
ridiculous.
all I have on my brain is trying to get this woman one match. Um, yeah, before I want it before the end of the year. Um,
Yeah, she needs to have a fight, man. Seriously, man. This woman needs a fight
um,
before she hurts somebody. She needs a fight. Somebody get her frustration out.
right.
I don't usually
Um,
like saying that, but let's just tell it as such.
yeah,
I would, me personally, I would like to see. I would have liked to see what happened if Sarah Brooke fought against Sexy Wife. That's another match I would like to see. I don't know if it's going to happen, but that's another one.
and they're both in Florida, so you would think it'd be
Bingo. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, they're both in Florida. It makes sense. It makes perfect
I
sense for
could
them
see
to
that
do that.
happening between now and the end of 2022, something like that happening.
Me too.
I would like to. We've already talked about Lyric and go Miss Juliet.
Oh,
I would
I'm
like
like you. They
I
gotta
would
make this
like to
happen.
see that.
Yeah.
That one would be good. And then we still got Candy that's still floating around out there. I know
Yeah.
we talked about throwing Candy up against all kind of people.
Yep.
Kyra. Physically, I think her and Kyra would look good. I
Yeah.
just I just don't think the style will work.
Mm.
I'm trying to think. Davina, I don't know if she's aggressive enough
Yeah,
to
Davina.
be
I feel
good.
Davina and Candy would be better because they're both on the same level. They're both not aggressive, really. So let's be serious. This will
Right.
have to force both of them to be
You
aggressive. Gonna have to.
no, but I can see it being just as much as that. I can see it being the dud.
Yeah, I can too.
You need somebody that's gonna push her.
I think both of them need to be pushed. Davina needs to be pushed too. You see what happened when she fought against what's her name, Lyric. Lyric,
Yeah,
because Lyric was forcing her into the thing, right?
right,
Her second fight. Davina's one
yeah,
of those people. She needs to be pushed too herself,
right.
right? So, like you said, that might be a dud. Candy and Kira sounds great, but like you said, I don't think Kira
On
can push
paper, it doesn't.
Candy enough, in my
No.
opinion.
Um, that's all I got.
Well, like you said, we would love to get Candy a fight, but the thing is, she needs to be pushed, like you said, and all these people were calling.
Go Juliet could do it, but I want to see Go Juliet against Lyric,
Lyric.
and then that kind of calls it, and then see
Yep.
all right from that.
We should we should get with. I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but we need to. Someone needs to propose this to Adam. See what he says. See what
Right.
Lyric says. Somebody has to propose it. I don't know if it's going to be me or you. When it
Yeah.
comes to Lady O, I don't know.
I know.
We know Lady O's our handler. We know
Yeah.
that's another story altogether.
Well,
Uh, we'll
we love
see.
Lady O, the infamous. What did you say? What was her name? The Vivacious. What was it? The
Ruthless Lady O.
Ruthless. Lady O. But she's about due to be on the show at some point anyway.
Oh yeah,
Cobbling her wares.
Yep. I'm trying to see if I can get Tilly on the show again. I think she said she was going to have a cat fight very soon. I don't know when though. She hasn't announced
I
it,
mean,
but
she being in it,
huh?
she's hosting one or she being in one.
No, she gonna probably host, man. You know Tilly don't do
Oh,
no
I'm
cat
about to
fights
say,
anymore. No, no, no. You know
I'm
she
like,
don't do
that's
no
why I'm
cat
about
fights
to look
anymore.
at you like,
I know. I'm trying to get her. I'm trying to get people on the show. Heck, I'm trying to get Sweet Fights on the dang show. I'm trying everything I can to get him on
I
here.
don't. Does anybody know what he look like?
No.
Okay, you probably
No,
want to keep it that
sir.
way.
No,
I
sir.
can see where he interviews with us. He would just have like his
Yeah.
logo as the
Yeah, I hear you.
avatar,
I hear
and
you.
we just hear his voice and be like deep throat or be like the guy from Inquisition, the old game show Inquisition. You heard his voice, but you never saw his face.
That's it.
And you saw his hands and his feet, but you never saw his face.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot. A fight that might happen. These two keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. We'll see. Which is Electra versus Brooke Gilly. We'll see. These two are talking and talking and talking and whatever. We'll
Whatever.
see.
I
Right?
believe parents to come back before they get theirs.
Yeah, Alexis. I mean, Brooke Gilly's talking about she want to do a all out fight and all that stuff. Alexis still hasn't answered her yet, so I don't know what's going on there.
We'll see.
We'll see about all that nonsense. Speaking of Paris, who should she be fighting up? Who should she be going up against
I
if
don't
she
know.
comes back? She needs to be pushed too. Another person that needs to be
Well, I mean,
pushed.
with parents, we already know there's only if she comes back, she should only come back to fight one person. That's Alexa
Alexa.
Brooks. That's it. That's it. There's nobody else because her fighting Kyra won't work. Her
Oh
fighting Brooke
God.
Gilly again would be a disaster.
Oh.
There's only one person she really needs to fight. She's not gonna fight a lyric,
Oh. No
which
chance.
that would be a duster. Um, it, I could see a lyric was a fight Paris. I could see lyric finding out how bad the sexy wife beat her, and then try to match that record or try to beat her by one more submission. Same time frame.
If I remember right, I think
Yeah,
Sexy White beat her two
I can
nothing.
see whatever it is,
Yeah, people
whatever
need
the
to
score,
understand. People
whatever the
understand. Yeah,
score.
people need to understand. Don't let the 2-0 mislead you, people. It was a beatdown. It was
Yeah,
worse than that.
I can see what
I can too.
that would strike me. That would be lyric. I can see that.
If I remember right, Lyric says she wanted to fight a few more people, but we'll see. I
We'll
don't see
see.
anybody. I don't see anybody fighting. I don't see her fighting anybody this year for the rest of the year. This year, I just don't
Um,
see it. Next year, possibly. We'll see. We definitely want to see that one against Sexy Wife because I'm like you. It has been Iron Woman match. I don't see how people are going to be satisfied after 20 minutes. It has to be an Iron Woman match, like you said. Like you said, what 3 20 minutes, and then you throw in a 15 minute breaks in there. Has to be, man. Right? The more and more I think about it, I'm like you. The more and more I think
mhm.
about it, the more and more it needs to be an Iron Woman match. Same thing with. She even said she wanted to fight Sarah Brooke at some point. I don't know if that's going to happen. That's really much on. That's really on Sarah. Then, Lyric's ready to fight anybody, right? She's down to fight anybody. You know her. She's down to fight anybody.
Mhm.
It's really on Sarah, really.
Mhm.
There. Who else she said she wanted to fight? She said she wanted to fight someone else. Who was the other one? I know she said she wanted to fight Sarah. She wanted to fight Sexy Wife, and she wanted to fight another person. I forgot who it was. But yeah, like you said, right now, pretty much the catfight game is kind of at a as you what you called it, crossroads. You said a few months ago, crossroads.
Mhm.
We are at a crossroads. Is there? Well, how long have we been on? 54. Okay. All right. Let's talk about other stuff, man. There's not much more to talk about when it comes to this catfight game. How do you feel about your Saints crushing the crushing the Packers yesterday? My lord, I didn't see that
It's week
coming.
one.
I know, but still, I didn't see that coming. I know it's week one, but I didn't see that.
Jameis giveth and Jameis taketh away. So,
I know, but he gave it you 5 touchdowns this game.
right. Ironically, on my fantasy league team, and I didn't even realize this till the game was over. I started both because I have two quarterbacks. I
Mhm.
started both Aaron Rodgers and Jameis Winston.
Wow.
And the only reason why I did that because Trey Lance wasn't going to play. So
Correct.
yeah,
Correct.
so I'm saving it for
Yeah.
I figure by the time
Yeah.
Jameis gets figured out, Trey Lance should be ready, and I'll
What?
swap
Yeah.
out Jameis with Trey
Yep.
Lance.
One had a great game. The other one had a horrible game.
Yeah, I didn't expect Aaron Rodgers to play that badly.
I didn't either. But
I
credit to your
figured,
defense, though.
Jameis on his best day, 5 touchdowns, but I figured Aaron would throw at least three with his eyes closed and
He
not
didn't even
throwing
do that.
right. I know.
So that was
So
impressive.
that was disappointing.
I know. I agree with you. It was only week one. I'm not. I'm not overreacting too much, but am. I was surprised. And then Arizona goes to Tennessee and destroys Tennessee. I didn't see that either. Good.
Mm.
My boy Kyler
Um,
Murray, 4 touchdown passes.
um, yeah, but one of the things I want to say, going back
Go ahead.
to the fight game, is
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
this went. I think if we got any more great matches coming, it's going to have to come in the next because we're in mid-September now.
Yep. Yep.
September, October, November.
November,
We know
December.
once we get past Thanksgiving, ain't nobody
Nothing.
fighting again. We're gonna go back to that doldrum dry spell till we get to right around New Year's, and then everybody want to pop up around New Year's. So, um, I, I'm just not looking forward to the business.
Neither
So
am I.
September, October, November. So basically, we're talking about two and a half
Two,
months
two and a
left
half months.
if anybody's gonna move and do something.
Yep.
Laura could legitly end the year being number one, coming from unknown to being number one in a matter
They're
of
perfect.
weeks. So right. So you got really about 2.5 months from a producer, from a fan standpoint, and then after that, everything is pretty much shut down.
Yep.
I'm going to attempt to do. I'm supposed to go to Memphis for Christmas, and for my girls in Memphis, I'm going to do a single mothers tournament, and I'm just going to try to do it once for all, and then that may be the only thing, the last thing I do in Memphis, because it just never gained no traction.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
never gained any traction. So, um, yeah,
Yikes. Uh, it feels like we want to wrap up the show because, like you said, I
I'm
think we've
ready.
done
I'm ready to
everything.
wrap up because I got a nice long drive. I got about an hour plus drive.
All right. With that being
And
said, your boy is back on social media again. I am now officially back. Right now it's two social medias. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on Facebook right now. But anyways, uh, Twitter account Clem Akufo. On Twitter and Clem underscore Akufo on Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, Instagram. I'm sorry.
new news. Since we last talked when we had the show, I got one of my Instagram accounts back. One that's been
Yes.
dormant for like 3 to 5 years. Not my personal one, but the one that I use for
Yep.
business for
Yep. Yep.
my umbrella business.
Yep.
Um, I finally got that one back, and
Good.
that's really kind of the only reason why I was holding on to the
Instagram.
the Instagram because I'm like I hadn't gotten the other one back. Now that I got it back, I'm sure the days would be counting. I'm going to try to commit through at least getting Amethyst her fight, and
Uh-huh.
then depending on how everything spawns from that, whether I keep the Instagram going or I just go ahead and shut it off after we get Amethyst.
Uh-huh.
That being said, my Facebook, my personal Facebook is down, is dead. I shut it off. Ironically, I shut that off before. I got people who know me in real life or whatever you want to call it. They are literally losing their minds. Are you all right? Are you okay? Yes. Just because I decided to disassociate myself from the free world on Facebook does not mean that I'm delusional or I'm dead or I
Yeah, I
lost
hear
all my
you.
marbles.
I
It's
hear
like
you.
I don't have to be an active participant in the madness.
True.
I need to, for the sake of sanity or whatever, kind of filter out all the stuff that gets thrown. And it's
Mm.
just like, nah, man. It's like some of this stuff. Cause you sit down and you look at your phone too much. Like you mess around, you spook yourself. And it's like, I just need to get back balanced and centered. And I'm like, know what? That's just another distraction I could just cut out. Now I kept the messenger side of it just
Yep.
so if anybody needs to contact me through that, they can. But and I've been kind of on purpose not really using messenger as well because it kind of drags you
Yep.
back into that web.
Yep.
But I'm I'm kind of I can see by the end of the year I can legitly be off Facebook. Um,
Off Instagram.
yeah, off of Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to keep the business one because I need it for the business stuff, and that's it.
Yep.
And any interactions I need to do with people will be on that,
Mm.
and that's probably going to be it because I don't do Snapchat. I still have the Twitter, which
Me
I'm
too.
probably going to keep the Twitter. I'm probably always going to keep that because Twitter kind of gives me it has to be what works for you. I think Twitter for me works to where it gives me all the nuggets or what I need to
Hmm.
without going too far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas with Facebook and whatnot, it seems like the rest of it is a little too clickbait
Yep.
friendly,
Yep.
for lack of
Yep.
a better term.
Yep.
It's like it just really wants me, hey, to dive in, spend time. Next thing I know, I done wasted 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm supposed to be doing something else. I done seen, oh well, because you like this story, you should like this. And of course,
Right.
I'm naturally inquisitive, so I'm going to look. Oh, okay. Next thing I know, I done killed off 40 minutes reading, and we talking about like the long Wall Street Journal long form things. And so it just, I'm just like, nah. Let me just balance. And when I need to find out stuff, I'll find it out. It's just it's fine.
Yes.
The world can revolve around me and me not be in it, and it'll be okay.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. Like I did. I survived my social media break. The world because, like I told you before, I was too much into social media. You said it. Social media can control your life if you don't cut the
Right,
thing off eventually,
right.
right? The world
And to
still
the
works,
point where,
people.
yeah, the world still works without it. And
Exactly.
I have to be tethered to this all day long. Nah.
Exactly.
Mm.
So with that being
So
said, from the parts unknown, like I said, I don't have to say it at the beginning. We already said it. Our next show will be on September 27th. We might have a special guest, we might not. We'll see what happens there. As you can see, second and fourth Mondays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, 8:30 on the Central Time Zone, 6:30 Pacific Time Zone. With that being said, from the parts unknown, he is Kaiser. He is Kaiser Sensei. I am Clement Okufo. We are out of here. Have a good night, everyone.
yes, good night.
Good night.